In the misty highlands of rural Scotland, where ancient stone circles whisper secrets to the wind, 28-year-old American tourist Sophia Reed arrived in the summer of 2023, seeking solace from her hectic life in New York City. A solo traveler with a passion for history, Sophia documented her journey on social media, vibrant posts of Edinburgh's cobblestone streets, giving way to remote villages like Inverglen, a forgotten hamlet shrouded in perpetual fog, and local legends of vanished wanderers. Her last Instagram story showed her hiking toward the infamous Blackmore ruins, a prehistoric site rumored to harbor malevolent spirits tied to a 19th century cult massacre. "Chasing ghosts in the wilds, wish me luck," she captioned, her bright smile belying the peril ahead. That was the final trace. When Sophia failed to check into her next B&B, alarms rang out across continents. Her family in the USA, frantic, alerted authorities, sparking an international manhunt that gripped headlines from BBC to CNN. What unfolded was no ordinary disappearance, but a descent into horror, a web of crime woven with supernatural dread. Investigators pieced together chilling clues. Sophia's backpack, bloodied and torn, discovered near the ruins with claw-like scratches defying animal forensics. Villagers whispered of the Shadowkin, a reclusive clan descended from the cult, said to lure outsiders for ritualistic offerings to appease vengeful ancestors. CCTV from a nearby pub captured Sophia chatting with a charismatic local, Elias Thorne, whose family owned land abutting the site. Thorne, a brooding figure with a history of petty crimes, vanished shortly after. But the true terror emerged from survivor accounts. Decades prior, similar tourists had gone missing, their fates linked to the Thorns' underground lair, a labyrinth of caves where victims were held in torment, subjected to psychological horrors mimicking ghostly hauntings. Sophia, it seemed, was targeted for her resemblance to a long-lost Thorn relative, fueling a twisted revenge plot against perceived invaders desecrating sacred grounds. As the case deepened, Sophia's brother, Alex, flew to Scotland, driven by grief-fueled rage. Ignoring warnings, he infiltrated the ruins under cover of night. Armed with hidden cameras, what he uncovered shattered him. Evidence of Sophia's captivity, including her journal, alive, feral, and transformed, having orchestrated her own escape by turning the clan's rituals against them. Together they exacted brutal revenge, burning the lair and exposing the Shadowkin's atrocities. Yet questions lingered. Were the ghosts real or a cover for human monstrosity? This crime documentary delves into the evidence, interviews, and unseen footage, unraveling a horror that blurs the line between myth and murder. Sophia's story isn't just a missing person case, it's a tale of survival, vengeance, and the darkness lurking in idyllic escapes. Warning every traveler, some places devour the unwary. In the shadowy aftermath of Sophia Reed's harrowing captivity, her brother Alex descended deeper into madness, returning alone to the Blackmore ruins months later, under a moonless Scottish sky. Haunted by nightmares of his sister's screams echoing through the caves, Alex armed himself with a blood-stained axe scavenged from the previous confrontation and a flickering flashlight, his shirt already torn and smeared from thorns in the fog-choked woods. The highlands whispered warnings as he pushed through claw-marked trees, distant chants of the surviving Shadowkin cultists drawing him like a moth to flame. Shadowy figures lurked in the mist. Behind him, were they ghosts of past? Victims or clan members stalking their prey? Alex's rage boiled. He wouldn't leave until every trace of the Thorn family was eradicated. Descending into the charred underground lair, the air thick with the stench of ash and decay, Alex discovered a hidden chamber sealed behind crumbling stone. Torchlight revealed a macabre shrine, walls plastered with Polaroids of tortured tourists, ritualistic symbols carved in dried blood, and at the center Elias Thorne, scarred but alive, chained yet defiant, having survived the fire through some unholy resilience. "You think you saved her?" Elias hissed, his eyes gleaming with fanatic glee. Sophia was never the victim. She embraced the shadows, became one of us to survive, and now she hunts with the kin. The revelation shattered Alex. Flashes of doubt flooded him. Was Sophia's escape a ploy? Her revenge turning her into the monster? Fury ignited a savage showdown. Alex lunged, axe swinging in brutal arcs, Elias breaking free with unnatural strength for a frenzied counterattack. Blood sprayed across the cave walls in a visceral clash. Fists, blades in raw desperation blurring into horror. Alex, wounded and gasping, delivered the killing blow, burying the axe in Elias's chest as the cult leader gurgled a final curse. The shadows will claim you both. Emerging at dawn, bloodied and clutching Sophia's gore-smeared journal revealing her dark transformation, Alex staggered into the mist, but ghostly silhouettes followed, eyes glowing. Had the revenge awakened something truly supernatural? Or was Sophia now the predator closing in? This part exposes the chilling evidence from Alex's hidden footage, interviews with skeptical investigators, and forensic reports hinting at ongoing disappearances. The line between victim and villain blurs further, leaving viewers questioning. In seeking vengeance, do we become the darkness we fight? As the blood moon hung low over the Scottish Highlands, Alex Reed stumbled from the ruins, his mind fractured by Elias Thorne's dying words and the damning entries in Sophia's journal. Pages revealed her descent, forced rituals that awakened a primal fury, turning victim into executioner. She hadn't just escaped, she'd slaughtered 2 cultists in the chaos, tasting vengeance like a drug. Now, months later, Alex tracked her to a derelict crofter's cottage deep in the moors. Drawn by reports of fresh disappearances, hikers vanishing near the same paths, their gear found ritually arranged with claw marks mimicking the old Shadowkin signature. Pushing open the creaking door under pouring rain, Alex's flashlight illuminated a nightmare tableau, walls draped in fresh hides, candles made from human tallow, flickering around a makeshift altar bearing his own childhood photo stolen from Sophia's belongings. There she stood, his sister, gaunt and feral, eyes void of recognition, clad in blood-crusted robes stitched with bones. "You shouldn't have come back, brother," she whispered, voice layered with an unnatural echo. "The shadows chose me. They need balance, and you're the last loose thread." What followed was a heart-wrenching betrayal. Sophia lunged with inhuman speed, wielding a ceremonial dagger carved from ancient stone. Alex, torn between love and survival, fought back tears as he parried her strikes in the cramped, rain-lashed room. Flashes of their childhood, New York summers, shared secrets, clashed against her snarls of "they made me whole." In the brutal struggle, furniture splintered, blood mixed with rainwater on the floor. Alex gained the upper hand, disarming her, but hesitated at the killing blow. That mercy cost him. Sophia whispered an incantation from the cult's forbidden tongue, and spectral hands erupted from the shadows, pinning Alex as she retrieved the blade. Yet revenge has a cruel symmetry. In her moment of triumph, Sophia faltered, remnants of humanity flickering as she saw Alex's pleading eyes mirroring her former self. The ghost wavered. With a guttural scream, she turned the dagger inward, plunging it into her own chest, collapsing atop him in a final embrace. "End it. For both of us," she gasped. As her life faded, the spectral grip dissolved. Dawn revealed authorities arriving, drawn by Alex's emergency beacon. They found him cradling her body amid the horror, the cottage already crumbling as if the land itself rejected the curse. Forensic teams later confirmed. No supernatural evidence, only generational trauma and madness. But Alex knows better, some nights. In his American home, he hears whispers in the wind, sees claw marks on his walls. Was justice served, or did the shadows simply claim another vessel? This concluding chapter examines psychiatric evaluations, recovered audio from Alex's final recording, and the ongoing debate. Can revenge ever truly break a cycle of evil, or does it only pass the darkness onward? Years after the blood-soaked events in the Scottish Highlands, Alex Reed returned to New York a hollow man, forever scarred by his sister's final act of self-sacrifice. The official case closed as a tragic cult murder-suicide, with Sophia labeled the ultimate victim-turned-perpetrator under extreme duress. Forensic reports dismissed the supernatural, hallucinogens in the cave water, generational inbreeding fueling the Shadowkin's madness. Yet Alex couldn't escape the whispers. Every fog-shrouded night in Central Park, every unexplained scratch on his apartment door revived the terror. In 2025, on the anniversary of Sophia's death, Alex received an anonymous package. A USB drive containing raw footage never submitted to police. Grainy video from a hidden cult camera showed the truth. Elias had taunted him with Sophia during her captivity, willingly participating in a ritual that bound her soul to the ruins. She hadn't turned the dagger on herself out of remorse. She'd completed the curse's final phase, transferring the Shadowkin's ancient vengeance spirit into Alex as the new vessel. The darkness needs a host, her recorded voice echoed. Eyes pitch black on screen. You'll carry us home. Panic gripped him. Strange incidents escalated. Missing neighbors. Claw marks appearing overnight. His own blackouts ending with blood under his nails. Psychiatric evaluations diagnosed severe PTSD. But Alex knew better. In a desperate bid for closure, he flew back to Scotland one last time, arriving at the now-sealed Blackmore ruins under a stormy eclipse. Armed with gasoline and Sophia's journal, he intended to burn whatever lingered. As flames consumed the stones, spectral figures materialized, dozens of past victims, including Sophia, her form translucent yet smiling. "You can't end us, brother," she said, voice carried on wind. "We are the warning." In that moment, Alex understood. The cycle wasn't about revenge against outsiders. The Shadowkin were guardians, punishing those who disturb sacred ground, and tourists like Sophia were offerings to appease restless Celtic spirits. His family's bloodline, traced back through the journal, was tied to the original betrayers. With the ruins ablaze, Alex chose peace. He walked into the fire, embracing the inferno as ghostly hands guided him. Authorities found only ashes and a charred journal page reading, "Some places claim what they're owed." To this day, hikers report seeing a brother and sister wandering the moors hand in hand, warning travelers away. The missing tourist. Case remains one of Britain's most chilling unsolved mysteries, proof that in seeking adventure, some find eternal damnation. This finale examines the recovered footage, expert analyses, and final police conclusions, asking the ultimate question. When vengeance blurs with the supernatural, is anyone truly innocent?